So when was the first moment you had that type of breakthrough moment in terms of, was it on Business 88 or how did that come about?
Yeah, I think, look, I went back to the States a second time again in COVID
Okay.
because back then I had supplement shops but then I also started with the social media. I clicked something about social media. Social media is extremely powerful. If you
Yeah.
can muster up the balls to talk and to really have honest and pure intentions, you really want to actually add value to somebody out there, inspire, motivate, whatever, you are going to have a payoff. As long as you just don't quit. If you continuously show up, eventually you'll get the
Yes.
payoff. So I started with that. But during COVID, I mean, I had no choice. I had to go back to the States. It's the only thing that can more or less generate the type of money I was making. I came back after that and fuck a month and I found out my wife's pregnant. I said to myself, I would rather blow up an ATM than fucking go back to the States. So I said, this is it. That was literally the day my boy was born was the day, like, I think something supernatural in me stood up. And then I dived back into the financial industry because I was a financial advisor earlier in my 20s. And with the social media taking off, I started seeing people asking me for advice because I'm constantly motivating and inspiring, and people constantly ask for advice. I said, okay, you know what? Anybody can book a free consultation with me, free half an hour. Come to me with any problem you have. I'll solve it. If I can't, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Right? I don't care whether your mother-in-law is a problem.
Yeah.
Come and tell me, I'll try and solve it. And I just started literally helping people, coaching them in business. And luckily now all of the books that I've read, that's also well over 250 by now. All the books that I've read, you know, everything is filed. So I know how to analyze people. Just everything came full circle in that moment. And I started helping people. Obviously, if I help you solve an issue in your business for free, I gave you my time for free, who are you going to buy your insurance from?
Yeah.
Or your investment policy or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I started building up, making decent money in the financial industry. But then I saw that there was a need for people to level up in different areas, not just, you can only do so much as a financial planner. Then I just completely took off with the social media. I started what we now call the 4am Club, which is a network of entrepreneurs. We all do business within the club. It's almost very Jewish vibes.
It's like, I just wanted to say it's like the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're smart people.
They are very smart. You know, I think just to go back where you mentioned the birth of your kid, I think you see that in fighting as well. When fighters have children, when fighters have children, now I'm also getting goosebumps. There's almost a type of, I don't know if it's a surreal accountability or a very intense sense of responsibility that hits that fighter. And then it's almost as if they have a new reason for fighting. It's like you're not doing it just for yourself anymore. You are doing it for a family, your family. And I do think that you then sometimes see these guys just flip another switch. Like you got to see that with a handful of fighters that were very successful after having kids. And I do think that can sometimes, and we've had guys before as well, there's like, since I had a kid, everything changed. Right? And that's also cool to see because I think it can swing the other way as well. You know, it can really go to the negative, or it can go into, like you say, like your positive, where you started making these action plans.